You're tuned in to Real Talk with Tamara, where conversations are real, voices are heard, and the real starts here. The real starts here. The real starts here. No filter, no fear. Truth in the mic, let the whole world hear. Stories unfold, voices sincere. Welcome to the place where the real starts here. From life and love to the latest news. Community voices, different views. Breaking it down so we all stay clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here. Real talk with Tamara. Real people. Real stories. Real truth.
Hello, good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video on the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those things. I know I'm late doing a video tonight. When I got home, my sister was tired. I fell straight out and went to sleep. Now I'm feeling like a fool because I'm up lurking. You know, my sleep is thrown off, but it's some things I can do for a couple hours until I guess go back to sleep, right? But I wanted to talk about O-Rangutan TV. Y'all know I called him O-Rangutan TV because he was closely kin to a orangutan to me, but the name of his channel was Onan, okay? And he I was looking at shout out to Cloud Up the Dun. I think that's his name, Cloud Up the Dun. For he broke this story, of course. I saw it on my guy Coat Figures channel, but he shouted out Cloud Up the Dun has been the originator of this story. And I went and looked at it on Cloud Up the Dun also, okay? Shout out to him. I want to play a little bit of Coat Figure. Y'all know I am very fond of Coat Figure. I love leaders. I love men that are leaders, right? Let me pull up the Coat Figure. Shout out to Coat Figure. Still doing his thing. Still a leader on one of the leaders on YouTube, you know, and definitely one of the brave ones to speak out as it relates to the Young Dolph case. Early on when this happened, okay? Let me go to Coat Figure channel. I will go to Cloud Up the Dun. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, make sure y'all go subscribe to Cloud Up the Dun. But I don't want to play. I know I could play Coat Figure's video. I haven't asked Cloud Up the Dun if I could play his, so I'm gonna just play Coat Figures, okay? Because I know he's not going to mind. But the story originated from Cloud Up the Dun, okay? So let's look at a little bit of Coat Figure, and I'm gonna do a little bit of commentating on this. And this is allegedly, you know, I don't know, okay? But Cloud Up the Dun was reading some paperwork, so I think he's got the tea on this, okay?
Mr. Cloud Up the Dun found out about Onan TV.
They tried to freeze my channel up. I had to go out and come back in 3 times, y'all. They tried to freeze the Cloud Up channel up.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to Coat Figure and Cloud Up the Dun, okay?
The article got so crazy, y'all. They are all charged with aggravated sexual battery, false imprisonment, and unlawful act of violence in a penal institution. See, look, they had Onantv in the room beating the dog out of them. They are all accused of sexually assaulting another inmate with a broomstick.
Lord have mercy.
On August the 17th. Tell me why your boy Onan OTG got that broomstick. Your boy OTG got that broomstick, y'all. Ooh.
Now, I ain't gonna take too much of the young man content, you know, but man, that's cold. Before we get into this, y'all be sure to wipe y'all feet.
That is cold. Now they are a legend. He is a legend, and he was reading it. Okay. And it wouldn't be hard to get that type of information, especially if you know someone that works in the jail or something like that. If the incident happened, I don't think it's that hard to get. And he was definitely reading it. Now, I don't know. It's not hard to believe. Okay. Now let me just say this. We know that, you know, Onan TV, Orangutan TV, aka Onan, when he was out, he really had a good thing going. Okay. He had a good thing going, meaning he knew how to trick the people, okay, through bullying them. Okay. But it seemed like to me they love being bullied. Some people just want to be a part of something. But what he wanted to do was he caused a lot of problems on YouTube because he wanted to be the only person. He was real jealous hearted, and he wanted to be the only person. He wanted to corner the, you know, talking about Dolph was his bread and butter. He made more money than he had ever made. Okay. He got the opportunity to see that there was a lot of damn fools on YouTube off of their meds that was wanting to be led. They wanted to be in a cult. They wanted to be in a part of something, and they do anything, like lose their jobs, go to jail, kill, anything. Okay. Especially when they're mentally ill, mentally weak-minded. And he saw that it was a plenty of the pickings on YouTube. Okay. And so he got a lot of people around him. I was surprised that a lot of men gravitated to him, but I guess liking spirits are the same, because he turned on everybody, talking about him like a dog when it was like pimps and hoes. If you don't keep your membership, if you don't give this amount of money, we kicking you out, I'm cussing you out, I'm telling what you did. Because see, what he would do is, from my understanding, he would get them women to go, if they had jobs where they can get information, he would finesse them into giving him information, and then he would hold it over their heads, right? That now I got you. You do anything, I'm gonna get your job. That's how he was. And it's a lot of weak-minded women, you know, they want to be pimped, that they would sacrifice their livelihoods and their freedom for him. Okay. And so, like I said, that man kept so much stuff going. He zoned in on me. And as I said before, that man zoned in on me because he, number one, he knew he knew that I could get information firsthand from the inside about the Young Dolph case. Okay. Um, and he just had this like weird obsession. And I think women with strong personalities, he wanted to try and beat them down. Okay. And he came at me at that time. I was going through a lot with my father. I just had fell ill. The man got and wished death on my kids, wished death on me, celebrated and took credit basically for my dad falling ill and dying. Okay. Just evil, you know, and it was because, you know, he took his mask off, but we masked him probably a couple months before he even did it, right? When he started messing with me, I had somebody to unmask him. Okay, so we already knew his name. I didn't even put his information and stuff out there. Okay, I knew about his son. We had pulled up information about his about the rap group that he was in. I found the video of him being, you know, the dudes that that tried to take him out at the club, all of these things. Okay. And I think when he found out that I knew who he was and I knew about what had happened to his son, that made him come at me even more. This man was definitely he was a murderer. He took out a lady. He had a violent history of with women, every woman except for his kid's mother that we all saw that he ever came in contact with ended up being unalive. This man took out a woman in Ohio. Okay. Um, was given a third-degree murder charge, basically, which is a joke. Um, another girl, young girl he was married to, something happened with that where she had a record, but it had something to do with him. Like this man has a evil spirit. Like it's an evil spirit that follows him. And I'm not saying if this happened to him that I would never say that I'm happy about it, but he has such a disgusting um spirit on him that I don't think any good can ever follow him. He couldn't get on YouTube and tell the lies and get them damn fools that he was bullying. He could have just ran that, after he fish filleted the young Dolph case so much, after he told all kinds of lies on that, then he started going with the narrative that, oh well, maybe he's not even dead. Okay. And them damn fools knew that that was a lie, but they were scared to question that. And so they wanted to be led, these old ass fools, okay? They wanted to be led so bad, okay? Be a part of something so bad, they dare not even question that, okay? But, they're saying, allegedly, that they put him to sleep, they assaulted him, put him to sleep, and then took a broom and put it up the rectum, okay? And I mean that is a brutal way. That's brutal, okay? For something like that to happen, especially in jail, things of that nature happens if you're not careful. Um, it happens all of the time in these penal facilities. This man has 30 something years, so I'm sure he's locked away with a lot of those kind that ain't got nothing to lose. Some of them ain't coming home no more, just like him. Because if he does 30 years, what are the chances of him at 40 something years old even walking up out of there? Because I think he in his mid to late 40s. He was born in 79, so he's in his late 40s now. And you talking about 33 years. So what would he be, like 77 or something like that? So what I mean, anything can happen to any of us, God forbid, but especially when you're backed up with gorillas and monsters. Okay, you gotta live in that all day, every day. He gotta live and be terrorized just like he did. You have to watch the energy that you put into the atmosphere. And I've always said I ain't a person to mess with because I know my spiritual ranking. I know my ranking in the spiritual regard. I've seen how God has gotten people back that has messed with me. I don't have to do nothing but sit back and watch. Okay. And that man came at me constantly. He was hacking my social media. He sent a man to my house. He sent a lady to my studio. Okay, I had to have that lady was arrested. Okay, he had a man looking up personal and like he targeted people that he felt could get personal information, because I think what he wanted to do was try to blackmail people. Okay, that's what I think. He is pretty sick. I guess they thought they could dig up something about me. My life is real boring. Okay, it wasn't not gonna happen. But if I had known that day that he sent that man to my house, it would have been a DOA. Okay, it would have been a DOA. That was the day my dad died. I'll never forget that. But that man is sickly twisted. Okay. And he had one of those spirits where he liked to send people out to see how far that he could send them. And the sad thing about it is it's always a mentally fucked up person that want to be used. And these are functioning mentally ill folks. These people had jobs, was paying bills, and was letting this scum, this bum who had never had nothing, his come up was YouTube, and he could have took that and rolled that to the top. Okay, once he finished with the Young Dolph case, he could have jumped on another case and started lying and just stayed in his own lane. Okay, but he couldn't do that because of his evilness. And now they're saying that they beat him up, put him to sleep when they beat him up, and then took a broom, okay, and did their thing with him. Okay, so you know what, I saw a picture of him on his picture, and I don't mean no harm. Okay, because you know, being a single woman these days, I watch everything about a man now, since a lot of men are lovers of themselves, as the Bible say. And I get to watching their demeanor and how their clothes fit them, and how they talk and pop their lips and move their hands and some other things that they're into. And on his mugshot, I want to pull that up right quick, okay? I want to pull it up. All right. Hold on. I hate pulling up stuff. Right. Hold on. I'm gonna see. Because it shouldn't take long. Okay. Let me see if I could pull his picture up. And I really hate that this happened to him. Now I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. That's the worst of the worst. Okay. I know he would wish that upon somebody, because you know he did. This man talked about how he dealt in this black magic stuff. Let's see. Let me pull him up. Okay, he got another picture up now. Oh wait, that man look mean and hateful. Okay, he got up another picture, but before that, he had up another picture with some He had up another picture with some glasses. Okay, let's see. 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. Hold on 1 second, you all. Okay, so it says possible release date March 1st of 2058. Okay. Child, I tell you. We'll all be up in our 70s. Okay. But I was looking for that picture. They've changed his picture, but let me show y'all his picture. He looked like the hateful person that he was when he was on this vlog. But he had another one with the glasses on, and I was looking at his shirt, and I said, Lord, I said, he's not a big man for his titties to be hanging like that. You know, I pay close attention to stuff like that on men. Okay. But I mean, he's looking. That man has a real evil spirit on him. He has a real evil spirit on him. And so I would hope, and I know if this happened to him, there's nothing. I mean, that makes it, you know, you would hope that a man like this would find God in jail, but I don't really think that is in him. Now, this is allegedly, I don't know, but this is, y'all heard what the man said. But hey, things of this nature do happen in jail, okay? But that's why I say you have to be careful about the energy that you put into the atmosphere. I think this man was so desperate to corner the market. Dolph was his claim to fame. And guys, like, that was really weird to me. And then he talked bad about Dolph's family, had a fake Marcus up there. I mean, just the things that he did. I mean, I always felt like he was trying to spin a narrative. He act like Moneybag. They photoshopped the photo and said that Moneybag yo truck was riding past the cookie shop that was photoshopped. Like, that's when I stopped looking at it. But I think he was definitely being paid to try and push a narrative. Okay. And then after that, this was his bread and butter. I'm willing to get these damn fools to take out anybody so that I can live, so that I can eat. And them damn fools got about doing it. Okay. So, anyways. Hey, I hope that this didn't happen, but these are the types of things that happens in jail every single day. And I'm not saying that it's right, but these are the types of things that happen in jail, and it's not right. Okay. It shouldn't be, but they're saying that they beat him, put him down, and then took something and, you know, they annihilated his manhood. So I don't know. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can definitely support the channel via Cash App.